Hello everyone, this is Dr. Archana Jain. In, in the last class, we have discussed about the basic concept of corrosion, and also we also discussed that what is how and why corrosion occurs. And also we started discussing about the theories that were proposed to explain the corrosion. So as we have discussed that corrosion is a gradual deterioration or destruction of metal or alloys by the chemical or electrochemical reaction with its environment, and it is a natural phenomena, and or you can say that it is a irreversible process. It takes place spontaneously. All right. And in order to explain the corrosion, there are two theories proposed. First is dry or chemical corrosion. So according to this theory, the corrosion occurs due to the direct chemical attack of atmospheric gases, liquids, or other substances on the metal surface in the absence of moisture. Okay, so in this case, according to this theory, there is the direct chemical reaction between the atmospheric substances and metal surface, and in the case the corrosion takes place in the absence of moisture. Okay, so we have already discussed in detail about it by taking the example of chemical corrosion by oxygen. So you can follow the previous video. So today we will discuss about the second theory proposed for the explanation of corrosion, that is wet or electrochemical corrosion. Wet or electrochemical corrosion. According to this theory, the corrosion takes place due to the formation of a large number of minute electrochemical cells when it is exposed to moisture or any other electrolyte. Because of this reason, this theory is named as wet corrosion or electrochemical corrosion. So what is the main proposal in this theory? That according to this theory, the corrosion takes place due to the formation of a large number of minute means small, minute electrochemical, especially galvanic cells over metal surface when it is exposed to moisture or any other electrolyte. According to this theory, the formation of electrochemical cells can take place under two conditions. First, when the two dissimilar metals are in contact and exposed to the moisture or any other electrolyte. Okay, so the formation of electrochemical cells take place under two conditions. What are these conditions? First, when two dissimilar metals are in contact and exposed to the moisture or any electrolyte. Okay, for example, zinc and iron metal. Two metals are in contact to each other and they are exposed to moisture, then they can form a number of electrochemical cells. Okay, they can construct electrochemical or galvanic cell. Okay, and even when any other metal is present as an impurity in any metal, then it can also, and when this type of impure metal is exposed to the moisture or any other electrolyte, they can form electrochemical cell and can get corroded. Okay, so this is the one condition. Second condition, when when a metal when a metal is exposed to varying concentration of oxygen or any electrolyte. Okay, let's take an example. For example, a zinc rod is dipped in salt solution or any other electrolyte. Okay, so the part which is dipped in the solution has the less excess of oxygen. So this part, dipped part, has excess of less oxygen because it is inside the solution, and the part which is outside exposed to the atmosphere has excess of more oxygen concentration. It has excess of more oxygen concentration. So this part act as cathode, which has the excess of, and the dipped part of the same metal act as anode. Okay, and this solution act as electrolyte. So that's how when a metal is exposed to varying concentration of oxygen or any electrolyte, the formation of galvanic cell can take place. Okay, and then an electrochemical reaction takes place that lead to the corrosion of the metal. Okay, so these are the two conditions under which the electrochemical corrosion can takes place. Okay, so now what happens when the metal is under these any one of these conditions, then some cathodic some part of the metal act as cathode and other part of the metal act as anode. Okay, so after that, once the anodic or cathodic regions are formed, then electrochemical redox reaction takes place. Okay, so what we have written here, that corrosion, this according to this theory, the corrosion takes place due to the formation of large number of minute electrochemical cells over metal surface when it is exposed to moisture or any other electrolyte. Okay, so because of the formation of electrolyte cell, so in this process, the anodic and cathodic regions are created over the metal surface. Okay, and at the anodic region, the metal undergoes oxidation reaction to form metal ions with the liberation of electrons. Okay, so we can represent this reaction in this way. So metal is oxidized at the anodic region, forming metal 2 plus ion with the liberation of electrons. And these electrons migrate through the metal from anode to cathode. Okay, and at cathodic region, the reduction reaction takes place. But this reduction reaction or cathodic reaction depends, but the cathodic reaction or reduction reaction, you can say cathodic or reduction reaction depends on the nature of the medium, corrosive environment. Okay, so what is, if first case, if the corrosive environment is acidic, in this case hydrogen evolution reaction occurs at cathodic part. Okay, so in this case hydrogen evolution occurs at cathodic part or region. Okay, so the H plus ion present in the corrosive medium accept the electrons released during the oxidation of metal. Okay, and hydrogen gas is evolved in this case. Okay, second case, if the corrosive environment is slightly basic or neutral, then hydroxide ion forms at cathodic part. Okay, so in this case oxygen is absorbed and then it leads to the formation of hydroxide ions. So we can write the reaction in this way: oxygen accept the electrons released during the oxidation, and in the presence of moisture it forms reduced to hydroxide ions. Okay, so thus the metal ions produced at the anodic part and hydroxide ion produced from at the cathodic parts diffuse towards each other. through the conducting medium and form a corrosion product between anode and cathode. Okay, so thus the metal ions from anodic part, anodic region, and non-metallic metallic ions from cathodic part diffuse towards each other through the conducting medium. And form a corrosion product between anode and cathode. Okay, so now, so you have seen that here, that in this, according to this theory, corrosion takes place due to the formation of electrochemical cells when the metal surface is exposed to any exposed to the moisture or any other electrolyte. Okay, so this can occur under two conditions: when the two dissimilar metals are in contact and exposed to the moisture, or if a metal is exposed to the varying concentration of oxygen or any other electrolyte. Okay, so in this case, the number of anodic and cathodic regions are created over the metal surface, and at the anodic corrosion, the metal undergoes oxidation reaction to form metal ions with the liberation of electrons. But at the cathodic region, the reduction reaction takes place, but the cathodic reactions depends on the nature of the corrosive environment. Okay, so if the corrosive environment is acidic, then evolution of hydrogen gas takes place. If the corrosive environment is slightly basic or neutral, then hydroxide ions are formed at cathodic part, and these metallic ions from the anode and non-metallic ions like hydroxide ions and all from cathodic part diffuse towards each other through the conducting medium and form a corrosion product between anode and cathode. Okay, so in this, on this basis, the mechanism of wet or electrochemical corrosion can be divided into two types. Types of wet or electrochemical corrosion. Okay, so first is called hydrogen evolution type corrosion. Evolution type corrosion. Second is called oxygen absorption of oxygen type corrosion, or formation of hydroxide ion type corrosion. Okay, so first we will discuss about the hydrogen evolution type corrosion. Okay, all right, so before starting this, I want to remind you that already we have discussed that any metal any metal which are placed above the hydrogen in the electrochemical series have a tendency to get dissolved in acidic solution with simultaneous evolution of hydrogen gas, right? Or you can say any metal which has lower standard reduction potential than hydrogen, they have tendency to get dissolved in acidic solution with simultaneous evolution of hydrogen gas. Okay, so any metal, or you can say all the metals placed above, all the metals above hydrogen, hydrogen in the electrochemical series have a tendency to get dissolved. Dissolved means here to get oxidized to ions, get dissolved in acidic solution with simultaneous evolution of hydrogen gas. Okay, so this type of corrosion given by those metals which are above the hydrogen in the electrochemical series, because these metals have a tendency to get dissolved in acidic solution with the simultaneous evolution of hydrogen gas. Okay, so when the metals are, such type of metals are in contact of, when such type of metals are in contact of acidic corrosive metals, corrosive environment, they undergo hydrogen evolution type electrochemical corrosion. They undergo hydrogen evolution type electrochemical corrosion. Okay, so let's take an example to understand this type of corrosion. So example here, when iron metal, when iron metal contacts with non-oxidizing acid like HCl, hydrogen evolution occurs. Okay, so we will see the mechanism for this type of corrosion. Okay, so mechanism. So let me draw first the diagram here, then we will move next. Okay, so here we have iron metal piece that is exposed to corrosive acid. Okay, so it is in contact of corrosive acid HCl HCl, and this is the metal, iron metal. Okay. All right. So now let's see what happens. So in this case, the part of the metal which is in contact of HCl act as cathode. This part, the surface, the part of the metal piece which is in contact of HCl acid act as cathode, cathodic region. Okay, and remaining metal surface act as anode. All right. So now let's see what happens at the anode. So at the anode, as we have already discussed, at anode, iron undergoes dissolution. Iron undergoes dissolution or oxidation or dissolved in this acid. This solution to give Fe2 plus ions with the liberation of electrons. Okay, so we can write this again, reaction Fe2 plus and 2 electrons, and at the cathode, so at this place the metal is oxidized to Fe2 plus ions. Okay, and electrons are released which migrate to the cathodic region through the metal only. Okay, so electron liberated in this process move to the cathodic region. Okay, here also we can write Fe2 plus, this exposed part act as anode and electron released migrate towards the cathodic part. Okay, so here we can write next at cathode. What happens at cathode? The liberated electrons flow from anodic to cathodic part, where H plus ion present in the acidic medium ions get reduced to hydrogen gas. Okay, so the electron liberated at the anodic part are taken by the H plus ion present in the environment and reduced to hydrogen gas. So this is the reduction process. And this is oxidation. Okay, so that's how, in this way, when the iron metal is in contact of the acid, in this case the metal dissolved in acid and with the evolution of hydrogen gas. So overall reaction taking place here in this case, Fe plus 2H plus, and here it is dissolving, metal is dissolving in acid and with the evolution of hydrogen gas. Okay, so I hope it is clear, the first case, how the hydrogen evolution type corrosion takes place when the metal is in contact of acidic environment. Okay, so now let's take the second case. So second case is the absorption of oxygen absorption of oxygen or hydroxide, sorry, formation of hydroxide. Formation of hydroxide ion type corrosion. Okay. So this type of corrosion occurs when the metal is in contact of slightly basic or neutral solution or electrolyte. Okay. So this type of corrosion occurs when the metal is in contact of a slightly basic or neutral medium, like a NaCl solution, neutral medium, for example NaCl solution. Okay, so as you know that if a piece of iron left outside that where it is exposed to the moisture, then what will happen? It will rust quickly. This process will happen more quickly if it is in the contact of salt water or neutral solution, because in this case the corrosion is enhanced by the electrochemical reaction in which the formation of electrochemical cell takes place. Some part of the metal act as anode and some other part of the metal act as cathode, and this electrochemical reaction taking place on these two cathodic and anodic part enhances the rate of corrosion. Okay, so how does it happen? For that, let's take an example here. Let's consider here example of when iron metal is in contact of NaCl solution droplet in presence of oxygen. Okay, in that case hydroxide ions are formed. Okay, so look at this diagram here. So one droplet of NaCl is placed at the piece of iron metal. So this is the iron metal here, you can see. All right, so this is the NaCl droplet, white color, water drop containing sodium chloride. Water droplets, or it can be simple moisture which is slightly basic in nature. Okay, so now what happens here, the part which is the part of the metal surface which is covered by the droplet act as cathode in this case, sorry, act as anode in this case. You remember in the previous case the part which was in contact of Cl was acting as an cathode. Okay, but in this case the part which is in contact of droplet, water droplet or sodium chloride solution droplet act as anode here. Okay, so this part of matter act as anode, anodic region, and remaining part of metal act as cathode, cathodic region. Okay, so this happens because of the variation in the concentration of oxygen in these two parts. The part which is covered with the part of the metal covered with the droplet has the less excess of oxygen, so it acts as anodic region, and the remaining part of the metal which has the excess of oxygen, more oxygen, act as cathodic region in this case. Okay, so here now let's see what happens at anodic and cathodic regions respectively. So at cathode and anode iron dissolves as Fe2 plus with same we have seen in the previous case with the liberation of electrons. Okay, so we can write the reaction like that: Fe2 plus 2 electrons. Now what happened at cathode? At cathode, now these electrons liberated here at a anodic part move towards the edge of the droplet. Okay, through the metal surface only. You can see here the electrons move towards the edge of the droplet, where these electrons reduce the oxygen gas in the presence of moisture. Okay, so the liberated electrons flow from anodic to cathodic part through metal, flow from anodic to cathodic part through metal, where the electrons are taken up by the oxygen to form hydroxide ions. Okay, so now we can write the reaction in this way: oxygen reacts with the take up the electrons in the presence of moisture and form hydroxide ions. Okay, and these metallic and non-metallic ions diffuse towards each other, combine together, and resulting in the formation of ferrous hydroxide precipitate. Okay, so thus the metallic ion F, that is Fe2 plus ion, and non-metallic ion OH minus from cathodic part diffuse towards each other and react from each other towards each other and form ferrous hydroxide iron oxide hydroxide OH2 as precipitate. Form ferrous hydroxide as precipitate in between anodic and cathodic region. You remember in that dry or chemical corrosion, the corrosion product form at the same place where the oxidation reaction taking place. But in this case, wet or electrochemical corrosion, you can see the corrosion product is formed in the between region of the anode and cathode. Okay, so here you can see in this diagram also that at the anode oxidation reaction takes place, Fe2 plus ions are formed and electrons are released, and these electrons migrate from this anodic part towards the cathodic part at the edge of the droplet through the metal, and there the reduction of oxygen takes place in the presence of moisture. Okay, and hydroxide ions are formed, and these hydroxide ions and hydroxide ion from the cathode and Fe2 plus ion from the anode diffuse towards each other. Okay, and resulting in the formation of iron hydroxide precipitate. So this you can see here, it is formed here, corrosion product is being formed here. If there is the sufficient amount of oxygen, if enough oxygen is present, if enough oxygen is present, then FeOH2 is easily oxidized to ferric hydroxide. Ferric hydroxide is actually the hydrate of iron oxide. So ferric hydroxide, we can write ferric hydroxide in this way also. It is actually hydrate of iron oxide. Okay, that we know as a rust. So this is actual rust part. We see reddish brown. In color. Okay, and this rust deposited in between anode and cathodic part in this case. Okay, so we can write this further oxidation of ferrous hydroxide. Or FeOH3. Okay, and this is the rust we see at the metallic articles. Okay, so I hope it is clear. So what is all the concept of the wet or electrochemical corrosion? Wet or electrochemical corrosion always takes place due to the formation of electrochemical or galvanic cell in the when the metal is exposed to the moisture or any other electrolyte. Okay, and this electrochemical cell formation can take place under two conditions: when the two metals, dissimilar metals, are in contact of each other in the presence of moisture or any other electrolyte, or if a metal is exposed to the varying concentration of oxygen or any other electrolyte. So in these conditions, cathodic and anodic regions are created at the metal surface. Okay, as we know that at anode, oxidation of metal takes place, or metal is dissolved or get corroded in this at this place. Okay, and metal ions are formed with the liberation of electrons. And at the cathode, what happens? At the cathode, reduction reaction takes place, but the cathodic reaction taking place here depends on the nature of the corrosive medium. If the corrosive medium is acidic, then the evolution of hydrogen gas takes place. Okay, and this type of corrosion is given by the those metals which are placed above the hydrogen in the electrochemical cell. Okay, because they have the tendency to get dissolved in acidic solution. Okay, so when they dissolve in acid with the evolution of hydrogen gas. All right, so I have explained it. How does it happen with the example of iron metal? All right, now in the second case, when the metal is in contact of a slightly basic or neutral medium, in that case what happens? Formation of hydroxide takes place in the presence of oxygen. Okay, so here we have taken the example of when the iron metal is in contact of water droplet or sodium slightly neutral medium. in the presence of oxygen. Then hydroxide ions are formed. In this case, the area of the metal which is covered by the droplet act as anodic region. Okay, and the remaining exposed portion of the metal act as cathodic region. Okay, so at this anodic region, oxidation of iron metal takes place. Electrons are released which move through the metal towards the edge of the droplet, and where they reduce the oxygen gas and hydroxide ions are formed. And these hydroxide ions from the cathodic part and Fe2 plus ions from the anodic parts diffuse towards each other and form iron oxide. Okay, so this formation of iron oxide takes place in between the region of anode and cathode. Okay, so in this reaction we have shown here the complete reaction. If the oxygen is present in sufficient amount, then what happens? Iron ferrous hydroxide is further oxidized to form ferric hydroxide, which is the iron oxide or hydrated iron oxide that we know as rust, and it is brownish, brown and reddish in color. Okay, I hope it is clear. If you have any doubt, please let me know. We will take another topic in the next class. Thank you for